Hi, hello. It all happened at one time. That never happens. Wow, yes. Well, I'm excited that it did happen. Hi, everyone. It's Friday, November the 30th, September 28th, 2018. Wow, I'm really speeding time today. And my name is Allison Nail-Malone, and today's mindfulness message is part 3 of bringing your soul to work, whatever your work is. And as people start rolling in on Facebook and on Instagram, I just want to say first, happy birthday to my sweetie. Happy birthday to Tim Malone. I hope today is awesome. So, good morning. Good morning. My name is Allison Nail-Malone of Malone Consultants Group. I am a women's executive leadership coach, as well as a mindfulness-based stress reduction mentor. And the purpose of having the 720 mindfulness message is a message in under 10 minutes or less. Hey, good morning, Nate. In 10 minutes or less, just to have some time just for you to create a mindful moment of awareness, of maybe a deep breath, or maybe just some encouragement. And so this week, we have been talking about bringing your soul to work. And that soul word has been an acronym. So, I love that. And the number 3, but, soul has 4 letters, so I have to cram 2 in today. But they actually work perfectly together. S stood for bringing those setbacks into your work and those learnings from your setback. And someone, I think it was Kim Freezy on Monday, said those setbacks are really opportunities kind of set you up for success, even the ones that are not so great. And then the O was to think about going to work, whatever work it is, whatever that symbol is, that when you go into work, you know that you're getting ready to work, that you have an open heart, that you walk in with an open-heartedness. The work that you do with open-heartedness. And we talked about what that looked like. And so today we're going to talk about the U and the L. So again, these are somewhat unconventional, but the U is unabashedly being yourself through first being loyal to yourself. So the U being unabashedly you, yourself, through first being L, loyal to yourself. So it's kind of flipped backwards, but they are hand in hand. So unabashedly being yourself is really a powerful resource of self that of thought and self-awareness that builds self-loyalty. But also when you are loyal to who you are, it really allows you to truly be unabashedly who you are. Most of us have kind of varying degrees of kind of caring what other people think about. The reality is most people have some sense of caring about what other people think. Now, I know a lot of people are going, nah, I don't care, but I don't know, I probably would challenge that a little bit. I think part of that is in our DNA. Yes, there are exceptions to the rule. I'll just say that. But I think it is sort of in our DNA because as we we're created, we were formed to live in groups, and part of living in the group is, contributing to the group, but also caring about the group as well. And for some, that level of caring about someone else or caring about what other people think, for some of us, it never goes away. It may vary in degrees, and some of it may be healed. I don't know. But for me, I feel like it will probably be part of who I am, probably till the day I die. And it's something that I work with and navigate with instead of trying to fix it or make it go away. Being unabashedly myself, being unabashedly yourself, doesn't cure being, doesn't cure this idea that you're going to never care about what other people think. What it does allow you to do, gives you permission to quiet the voice of self-doubt. Self-doubt destroys self-loyalty, which eats away at your soul and spirit. And you are meant for greatness. Every single one of you has a purpose. And your spirit and soul is where you kind of illuminate from. And I would say, I had written down most of you, but I actually believe really it's all of you are in service to other people in some way, whether that's your family, even if you're a person sitting behind the computer and you never see anybody, what you do, it serves somebody out there and you influence other people. And so particularly those of you that I'm connected with, hey, good morning, Ashley. You really are people who have a desire to not only have an awareness for yourself, but also that you're in service to other people. Being truly loyal to yourself means what? That you are aware of the things that make you happy, and you make sure that you get enough of that. So for example, I'm actually an introverted extrovert. I have learned to be, I'm an extroverted introvert. That's what I am. So I have learned to be an extrovert. There's parts of my life where I've always been an extrovert. My mom loves to tell this story of when I went to kindergarten, and it was the first day of meeting my kindergarten teacher, and I just marched up to her and like, hi, I'm Allison and I'm awesome, or whatever the word is that I used. So I had a pretty healthy self-esteem back then. And so part of that is carried through where I have learned to be extroverted in the roles that I've chosen. But really where I get my energy from is having time for myself. And I know that that's what makes me happy. I know that that's what rejuvenates me. So I make sure that I have that time to kind of feed my soul in that way. And when I don't, I get real cranky. So I am learning and have learned to be loyal to myself in that way, because when I am loyal to myself in that way, it gives me the permission and allows me the energy to really be who I am and be comfortable in that space. And when I'm not comfortable being who I am, it allows me to kind of navigate with that uncomfortableness. It's also not being an egoist. So oftentimes we tend to kind of go to extremes. We think, well, if I do the things that make me happy, then that means, somebody else doesn't get something, or that means I ignore somebody. That is an egoist behavior, and that is not what I'm talking about. The egoists, kind of put their own happiness above other people at all other costs. That is not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is really honoring the things that fill your soul and that give you the energy, and taking the time to do those things. Also, it gives you the permission to really be yourself. And so unabashedly being yourself, what does that even mean? We tend to be caught into this belief that we must be extraordinary and do extraordinary things. And that's not always the case. Yes, there's some pretty, hey, Jackie and Bobby, whoever's watching, or both of you, we tend to get caught in this belief that, one, we compare ourselves to someone else. And then also we think that we have to do these great big things in order to be unabashedly ourselves. And that is just not the case. Look, take nature, for example. I want you to consider this. Everything in nature actually is just simply what it is. A tree is a tree, an animal is an animal, the mountains are just mountains, and they're just simply what they are. And we have a tendency to make it way too hard to be ourselves. We judge ourselves, we compare ourselves, and negative self-talk starts to happen. Good morning, Ramona. It takes way too much energy. Let me know if this speaks to you, actually. So if you are watching me live on Instagram or on Facebook, write in the comments below if any of this sounds like, yeah, I get it. Or those of you watching the replay on Instagram, DM me, or on Facebook in the comments below. For me, I know it just takes way too much energy, way too much of my precious energy to convince myself that I have to be a certain way or speak a certain way, and convince myself that that's who I have to be and that's who I really am. So here's the thing. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, just follow these 3 rules or these 3 simple steps and now you're unabashedly yourself. That's not what I'm talking about. There's this poem by Shel Silverstein, whom I love. I have several of his poetry books and storybooks. There's this poem by Shel Silverstein, and it's the title of it is Everything on It. And part of that poem says, underneath my outside face, there's a face that none can see. A little less smiley, a little less sure, but a whole lot more like me. I love that so much. So for just today, I am giving you permission. Not that you needed my permission, but sometimes we need someone to tell us, you got this girl, you got this dude, you got this person. I'm giving you permission today, just for today, to let your disarming, your weird and naughty qualities shine through today. I want you to imprint on your work today that quality that you've kind of been holding back a little bit. Maybe it's you want to be more outspoken. Maybe you want to go to work with more open-heartedness and vulnerability. Maybe, I don't actually have a problem doing this because I do this all the time. Maybe you want to walk into work singing Dancing Queen. I don't know. Whatever that one weird quality or thing that somebody at one point has told you to suppress, I want you to bring it forward, just 1%. So what would that look like? I'd love for you to do that, and I'd love for you to share with me what that is. So bringing your soul to work. First, that S is bringing those setbacks to work and the learnings from those setbacks and how that influences and impacts the work that you do and the decisions that you make so that it opens up creativity and problem solving. The O is being open-hearted and doing your work with that open-heartedness. Maybe it's connecting with the people that you work with or people that you haven't worked with before. I remember the example that I used with my brother-in-law who opens up the door every day for everyone and sees each person as a human being, no matter how they show up that morning. The O, I'm sorry, that was the O. The U is being unabashedly yourself with the L of being loyal to yourself. Well, I hope this week's topic was helpful, encouraging, and maybe just a little bit more fulfillment in your life because now you have the permission and the awareness to be able to bring more soul to your work, whatever that work is. Every single one of you, I'm so incredibly grateful to be connected to you, that you're here this morning or that you're here watching this later at some point. I love you and you are incredible human beings, and I'm so grateful for your presence in this world today. Have an amazing Friday. I'll see you right back here on Monday at 7:20 a.m. Central for the next mindfulness message. And sometime this weekend, I'll also be doing a mindfulness meditation, and I'll put an announcement on my Facebook or on my Instagram account of when I'll do that. So most likely it'll probably be either Saturday or Sunday morning. So have an amazing Friday, and I will see all of you soon.